In this short foundations lesson, you'll learn the basics of types of research literature, what peer review is and why it's valuable, and IMRaD, which is the acronym used in the research world to describe the organizational structure of a primary research article. First up, primary, secondary, and tertiary literature. Primary literature is all about discovery. It presents and then typically interprets original research studies. Examples of primary literature include articles in peer-reviewed journals, dissertations and theses in which the author embarked on original research, and some conference and/or poster presentations. In contrast, secondary literature synthesizes for the purposes of critical analysis and summarizes for the benefit of readers and future researchers primary literature and other original research. Examples of secondary literature include review articles and other literature reviews contained within larger documents, and monographs, which are detailed studies, often of book length, on a single specialized topic or aspect of a topic. Tertiary literature, then, is the broadest of literature types, in that it draws on well-established scientific facts to provide a survey of knowledge on a discipline-specific topic. Examples of tertiary literature include textbooks, handbooks, and encyclopedia entries. In order from specific to broad, primary literature is the most zoomed in because it is focused on a single original research study. Secondary literature zooms out to incorporate synthesis and summary of numerous pieces of research. And tertiary literature is the broadest of all because it provides a survey of well-established fact. Next up, peer review. The most credible scholarly journals subject manuscripts, which is the term for unpublished articles, to a process whereby experts in the relevant subject area, who are independent of the journal's editors and decision makers, critique the manuscript and make suggestions for accuracy and clarity. These peer reviewers may recommend the publication with no changes, publication with revisions, or outright rejection. This process is designed to prevent poorly researched, reported, or interpreted articles from being published. That said, manuscripts guilty of faulty research design, bias, and even fraud are still occasionally published, which is to say that peer review is no excuse for readers not approaching every scientific article with a critical eye. Last up in this foundations lesson is IMRaD. IMRaD is an acronym for the most basic sections of a scientific research article: the introduction, methods, results, and discussion. Authors follow this conventional organizational structure because it's what readers expect them to do, and because the goal of any scientific article is to effectively communicate with readers. Placing information where readers expect it and in the order they've come to expect makes finding that information easy. Still, some disciplines and journals use a modified approach to IMRaD when it best fits their needs. Sections are sometimes rearranged, for example in biology, when the results often appear before the methods. Other journals use different titles, for example, background instead of introduction, or interpretations instead of discussion. Also, some journals include a separate conclusion section, while some fold this into the end of the discussion. Most important to understand is that all scientific research articles follow a similar logic when conveying and organizing information. The purpose of scientific research is to solve a problem, so articles will begin by providing readers with the context to understand that problem. The authors will then propose a solution to that problem and explain their attempt to solve it. From there, findings from that attempt are reported, and authors offer interpretations about what those findings mean. Finally, because no research study can completely solve even the smallest of scientific problems, the authors will recommend next steps for other researchers to pick up where they left off. Mapped onto IMRaD, this logic looks as so. The first two steps typically happen in the introduction. The attempt to solve the problem is explained in the methods. Reported findings fall within the results. And interpretations and recommended research come in the discussion and the conclusion if the journal format contains one.